What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and some more brutal Bud Light news for you over the weekend, including reports from bartenders that customers are actively mocking the brand, although one particular country music star has decided to go after the people boycotting it in a head-scratching decision, and Joe Rogan apparently joining the boycott, at least somewhat directly, in his new show. So things continue to get worse for Bud Light, including their stock significantly going down today again as new sales reports come out. Also, I have great news for all of you. I know you're sick of hearing about the Father's Day gift box. Well, Wednesday's the last day that we can ship. So that means you're only going to hear 3 more ads for a full year about the Father's Day gift box. So if you're waiting to get yours, Coffee Brand Coffee is obviously my company. We're right here in the United States, a political coffee company. We don't make any political donations or any of that kind of stuff. We just roast our own beans, available in whole bean and ground. We have 2 different pre-made Father's Day gift boxes, which are absolutely perfect, ready to hand right to dad, as well as a customized builder. So if you know what you want, or you want to put together certain flavors, certain unflavored coffee, whatever it is that you want to do, you can go through, pick the treats, pick the snacks that you want, build your Father's Day gift box. Promo code DAD saves 10%. Wednesday's it. Wednesday's the cutoff, because otherwise they won't get to you in time for Father's Day, which is this weekend. Hope you pick yours up today. Bud Light demand has plummeted completely since Dylan Mulvaney controversy, but a bartending company founder. No one wants Bud Light at their event anymore, days after it was dethroned as America's best-selling beer following backlash from the partner, the brand destroyer. Bud Light's popularity continues to plummet as both corporate and personal events pivot away from featuring Anheuser-Busch brand at their gatherings, according to the owner of pop-up bar business. Katrina Tucker, the founder of Barnastics, a mobile bartending company based in New Jersey, told Fox News that there has been a significant shift away from Bud Light among her clients recently. In April, Anheuser-Busch owned brand became embroiled, we already know. The company has since lost billions of dollars in market capitalization and continues to be boycotted by tens of millions of former customers. This month, Modelo Especial dethroned Bud Light as America's top beer as sales have increased. Its sales has increased more than 15%. The brand has been forced to buy back expired beer from wholesalers and is contemplating how to deal with the people at every juncture of the sales life cycle who are experiencing loss of profits. Though Tucker said liquor stores she works with have yet to begin selling Bud Light as a discount, the consumer backlash has been tangible. Demand for Bud Light has plummeted completely. No one wants it at their event anymore, she said. There are a couple clients that have expressed to me their feelings behind it, and it's no longer popular. She said her customers and consumers generally are becoming more aware of whether the brands they support align with their personal and political views. Well, this is the world these weirdos wanted, isn't it? They wanted to cram politics down all of our throats at every possible turn forever and ever. But that's what you get now. Now it's the flip side, isn't it? As a result, people are actively seeking alternatives of Bud Light, gravitating towards craft beers, specialty cocktails, and premium spirits. Tucker says she does not believe the brand will rebound in popularity anytime soon. With the feedback I've gotten and how strongly a lot of clients feel about it, the company doesn't switch gears. I don't see the popularity picking back up, she said. Tucker's company website allows customers to create custom proposal that allows the company to see and understand any shifts in demand for certain products. Sometimes things blow over, she noted, but added that Bud Light's actions as a corporation hold a lot of weight with their customers. Tucker said that she has not noticed the same plummeting demand of other Anheuser-Busch products like Budweiser or anything Bud Light, but anything Bud Light they just won't support. Sales of Bud Light have been in free fall for weeks, falling about 25% in the last month. And of course, this is to note, JP Morgan said, we believe a subset of American consumers who will not drink Bud Light for the foreseeable future. Anheuser-Busch InBev CEO is probably going to be out. We already know about Heinerscheid coming out and calling their customers fratty and out of touch. Well, then we have Joe Rogan joining in on the dunking on Bud Light, calling Dylan Mulvaney a confused person and rant about influencers' Bud Light partnership. Comedian Joe Rogan called TikTok star Dylan Mulvaney a confused person and bashed Bud Light for his disastrous partnership with the influencer in a recent episode of his podcast. Rogan also slammed companies like Target for shoving its LGBTQ Pride Month merchandise down everyone's throats and accused them of proselytizing. We already know what happened with the deal. The parent company has reportedly lost $27 billion since it's rolled out. Quote, "Can you imagine you send an effing can to some confused person," Rogan remarked during a recent episode with the comedian Theo Vaughn. "You send that person an effing can with their face on it, and your company loses $20 billion. That's wild stuff, man." The former Fear Factor host has taken shots at Mulvaney Bud Light partnership before. In April, he bashed the influencer as an attention whore while talking about the company's failed attempt to move away from its bread and butter frat culture. The ongoing losses are in his latest episode. The comic also blasted companies like Target, which lost a whopping $13.8 billion over the last 2 weeks of May after consumers rallied against the LGBTQ-friendly kids' clothing. The ongoing losses are a result of the ongoing 14-day boycott that was triggered by Target's release of Pride and LGBTQ-friendly clothing that includes clothing for kids and tuck-friendly swimwear. Rogan called the clothing weird. We're seeing now where we never saw it before, where people are saying, enough, stop shoving this stuff down everyone's throat. Rogan said on the show, "When I go to Target, I don't want to see like effing tuck pants where they're designed to help you tuck your junk. That's not normal, and I don't want that right in front of everybody. It's weird." There's a lot of effing real weirdness with this group of people. They're trying to like change the way people view gender and all these different things. He continued, "It's like they're proselytizing." Yeah, I mean, it's not like that. It is that. And of course you have, the hilarity of their stock plummeting. Now, it had a couple of good days. In fact, over the past 5 days, it had managed to squeak up about 50 cents. And today it's losing it all. Today it's basically on a straight downward trend. It's down 33 cents, but it's only 10:30 in the morning when I'm recording this. So I suspect that will continue to go down. Now, interestingly enough, Garth Brooks defends serving Bud Light in new bars, suggests that the people who are boycotting it are a-holes. That's a really bizarre take from a country music star, I guess. Maybe it was his alter ego that said that and it wasn't actually him. That's really bizarre. And yes, this is Garth Brooks saying, "Oh, Bud Light partnered with Mulvaney, we already know. This led to the boycott." Quote, "And yes," this is Garth Brooks speaking, "we're going to serve every brand of beer. We just are. It's not our decision to make. Our thing is, if you are let into the house, love one another. If you're an a-hole, then there are plenty of other places on Lower Broadway," Brooks said in a conversation with Billboard executive editor Melinda Newman at Billboard Country Live in Nashville. "I know this sounds corny. I want it to be the Chick-fil-A of honky tonks," he said. Well, I mean, Chick-fil-A has their diversity, equity, and inclusion vice president, so I suppose he's headed right down that road. "I want it to feel a place where you're safe. I want it to feel where you're like, there are manners and people like one another." Well, it's interesting to me. By the way, how can this be even profitable for a lot of these musicians? I mean, I suppose if you're in Nashville, you might do enough volume in a bar to make it worth your time. But like, between him and John Rich, these guys are multimillionaires. Like, a bar is just in general a bad investment. But I mean, you had Garth Brooks coming out and saying that this, also the Toronto Blue Jays, remember the Toronto Blue Jays pitcher who stood up for the boycott? I mean, he liked a tweet or something on Instagram about it. They cut him from the team after making him apologize. He shared support for the boycott because of he's a religious individual, and it makes it easier, it makes it more cut and dry for these folks. Plummeted completely. Bartenders spill on how much demand for Bud Light has plunged since the woke backlash. This, of course, Mark Cuban claiming going woke is good business in the aftermath of the Bud Light disaster. Well, no kidding. Mark Cuban is a WHO shill. he's always been quote unquote woke. He's always been, pro-establishment. That's who Mark Cuban is. He's not exactly, reinventing the wheel here. Now, saying it's good for business, there's a reason almost all top 10 market cap companies in the United States can be considered woke. It's good for business, Cuban told the outlet. If there's a problem, Cuban believes most CEOs know it's best just to ride out the chaos and wait for people to start care about something else. Most CEOs have enough experience to know to just wait out the news cycle until the next one, the billionaire businessman told the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Well, this has been going on for 2 months. And they've lost billions of dollars. I mean, when is this news cycle going to end? If you're Mark Cuban, I'm curious when you think, get your free Bud Lights, plenty to stock up. It's interesting to watch a stock, in real time as these reports come out because, just went down another penny. There's no end in sight. You see Yahoo Finance, Bud Lights keep slipping. Bud Light parent company has lost $27 billion. Bud Light stock suffers huge tumble as company loses $4 billion in 1 week. When exactly is this news cycle ending, Mr. Cuban? This is, after a downgrade in the stock. This is, after, Bud Light continuing to donate to, look, and by the way, I don't have any issue whatsoever with Bud Light, quote unquote, donating to LGBTQ causes as long as they're not targeting kids. I think this is a very reasonable thing to do. But that's one of the core tenets of old coffee brand coffee. Remember, fathers out there, if you're watching, dads, send the link to your wives or kids. Wednesday is the cutoff, so make sure you get yours ordered and reserved today. There's always a mad dash across the finish line here. I want to make sure you get it in time for Father's Day. Promo code DAD, you'll save 10%. Hey, maybe if you know someone who's looking for a good gift idea, it will be awesome if you sent them the page or if you picked yours up today. Help support, this YouTube channel. And we'll talk to you again real soon.